Hey guys, today we're taking a look at my Super Defense Robot deck. Now the idea behind this deck is just using the Super Defense Robots to bring out 8-star XYZs. That's really the main point of it. You use them because they special summon each other in altar levels, which is really interesting. And kind of reminds me of Gimmick Puppets because they're both machines and they both focus on 8 stars. So first off we have Lio. So all the Super Defense robots, when you normal summon them, you could special summon another Super Defense robot, which is just how they work, how they swarm really easily. So the thing about Leo is that when one of those cards gets added back from your graveyard to your hand, you could special summon it. So that's pretty crazy and allows it to combo with other things. So then we have Monki. So Monki, the thing about this guy is that he could banish a machine and then add one of the Super Defense robots back to your hand. So the combo is right there. You can use Monki while you have Leo on the field, and you'll be able to special summon the monster you get, which is very nice. And then the card that makes the XYZing work, Elephan. So just like the other ones, when you normal summon him, you could special summon one of them. But the big deal is that you could change the levels of your Super Defense robots, so immediately you'll be able to do 8-star XYZs. The big deal is that he can only be used for machine type XYZ monsters, so that just limits you to what you can summon. You won't be able to use the generic 8-star XYZs as much. And now we have the Machinas backing this deck up. Machina Gearframe, definitely good to give us some special summoning power. Machina Fortress, obviously, and Machina Cannon, really good in this deck, giving us access to more 8 stars so we can do some more XYZing as well. Also, obviously, great to dump to bring out Machina Fortress. We're also running Effect Veiler, dealing with effects, giving us access to some synchros as well, which is really nice. And then one Redox, in a deck that summons 7 stars and uses all Earth, this is a great choice. For the spell cards, 2 MST, 2 trade-in, because we have a decent amount of 8 stars. Forbidden Lance, very important for protecting our high-level XYZ monsters. Pot of Duality, XYZ Burst, because we're summoning 7 and 8 star XYZs, so this can really wreck your opponent. Book of Moon, Limiter Removal, and Dark Hole. For the traps, we're going to have a lot of traps in this deck, all the staples, but also just a lot in general, just to back up our monsters, especially early on when we're bringing out those low attack Super Defense robots. It's really useful to have these traps so you can, stall a little bit to set up what you need. So now for the extra deck, we're going to have a few synchros and a lot of XYZs. Catastor and Armades, great choices. Catastor is also a machine, obviously. Scrap Dragon and Stardust, always good choices as well. For the XYZ, we're going to have 1 Zenmaines because we do have, 3 stars that we can use to get this out. Gear Gigant X, really, really good in this deck. Not only does it search out what you need, but it also does that recycling from the graveyard thing, so you can use that to special summon your Super Defense robot. So that's very, very nice. Gagaga Cowboy, Exciton, Silent Honor, staple 4 stars. For the 7 stars, Big Eye and Dracossack, always very powerful cards, and obviously you can get this out with Redox and Fortress. For the 8 stars, remember we're only going to have machine 8 stars because of how this deck works. So we're using really the best ones, Googly Eyes, number 15, number 40. So now for the side deck, again, side decks are kind of just a list of recommended cards that can also work with the deck. It isn't really a side deck for matches. These are cards that maybe when you're making your own Super Defense robot deck you want to think about. And I also put in some cards where you can kind of think about like the hybrid builds and stuff you can use. Orbital 7 is another card that's named in all these cards, so you can use this deck with Orbital 7, but I really don't see the point of it. Geargia Accelerator, just Geargas in general, you can make a hybrid with this deck to do a lot of special summoning. Gear Spring Spirit, I use this in my Gimmick Puppet deck, serves the same purpose here. Great card, can lead to 8-star XYZs very quickly. The Gimmick Puppets in general, you can make a hybrid Gimmick Puppet Super Defense robot deck and do even more, 8-star XYZs. Gimmick Puppets fit in well there. Giant Rat to search out things, very, very nice. The big thing you want to notice about Elephan is that Elephan has 1400 attack, which allows him to go under a lot of searching things, which is really interesting. Tin Goldfish, allowing you to get Gear Gigant out very, very fast. The Trojan Horse is another way you can tribute summon just to bring out Super Defense Robot Elephan, but not currently my strategy. And UFO-roid can also search out all these guys, which is really nice as well. There's a bunch of other XYZs you can run. Soul of Silver Mountain can be nice to search out what you, or not to search, but to special summon what you need from the graveyard, which can be very useful to, you know, power up and bring out those XYZs. So definitely a choice. A bunch of other XYZs you can use, like I talked about before. If you're running full machine, Solidarity is definitely a choice. Will give you a lot more power on those lower robots as well. Gravity Blaster, another interesting machine card that can help you out. Iron Call in a deck like this can be interesting to bring out those special summon monsters. Can be good, but you know, you want to normal summon the super defense robots, so I'm not sure if it's really a big deal for me. Still useful for getting out Gear Gigant, like I said. Machina Armored Unit, another interesting one to bring out those other machines when your earlier ones get destroyed to, you know, do what you need to do. Monster Reincarnation, serving the same purpose as Gear Gigant and, you know, the super defense robots, allowing you to recycle to activate that effect. Call the Haunted, cards that recycle, cards that special summon from the graveyard, things like that. All those kind of cards can be very useful in this deck. You know, I'm running XYZ Reborn for this deck. I didn't mention it before, so you can bring back those XYZs. So cards like Call the Haunted can be useful as well to bring back monsters that you need for the XYZ. So that's my super defense robot deck. Not too complicated, just a 8-star XYZ deck, very similar to Gimmick Puppets in my opinion, but a little easier to use because you don't require as many cards. You could do their summons very, very quickly, and you can use XYZs to support them, and certain support cards just work really well with them as well. But if you guys have your own super defense robot deck, you know, post below. Let me know in the comments if you have suggestions for cards that you might want to see in my deck that could be useful. Probably some cards I didn't think about that could be really good for this deck. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.